I guess we'll mix this up just a bit. Start at the top and work our way down instead of the bottom working our way up this time. Been a little while since we've done an update. Everything's growing real well. It's a nice kind of foggy, hazy morning this morning. Volcano's over there, can't quite see it, but trust me, it is. Everything's growing really good. Especially my favorites. You can, here's my Sempedoc tree. And it's big enough that it actually has flowers for the first time. So I'm very hopeful that it's going to bear fruit soon. You see the male flowers have come out there, and the male flowers turn black and moldy, and that's part of the pollination process, and it'll fertilize the female flowers on the tree. So as long as it doesn't get too dry, the flowers will turn, get pollinated, turn to fruit, and we'll have fruit in a couple months. So we'll see. It'll be nice to have the first fruit ever on that one. Fig plant's doing well. Peanut butter berries are doing well as always. We get, I would guess 1,000 peanut butter berries a month. Haven't actually counted, of course. Our Jabota Cava has grown quite a bit. It has sat in a pot for about 3 years. Didn't grow an inch, and it's really shot up. So I'm looking forward to maybe this next year get 1 or 2 fruit on it now that it's getting a bit larger. The Chinoto orange is not blooming at the moment, but we've had a couple fruit off it so far. It's not the most pleasant tree. This is more an ornamental orange tree. Not harvesting any bananas at the moment. We harvested them over the holidays, so probably in another couple months we'll get more. It was really nice with the ice cream banana, though. That was beautiful. Love the flavor on it. And the date palms are doing well. And we've planted this ivy a couple places around on the walls, so give it a couple of years and these walls will be covered in that ivy, and it won't be the unsightly bare concrete that it is now. This takes time, like everything else. It's really nice walking through here now. We have more shade everywhere. The temperatures are more comfortable, and of course it looks better. After we had originally removed all the invasive trees that were killing everything else, it's taken a while for everything to grow in. This is our J33, based on the recommendation of a friend, Doc Alex. He's an expert on them. We kind of really pruned that back this last week, but it is also having its first flowers now. So hopefully, if those flowers make it all the way to harvest as a fruit, we'll have J33 here. The bees are doing very well. We don't have as much pollen as we'd like, and so they're not producing a huge amount of honey, but they're healthy, and it's nice to every once in a while just harvest a little bit of honey and have that. So they're little tiny stingless bees. There are 2 varieties of stingless bees in the Philippines, and this is one of the 2. Our Musang King is getting more mature and taking off, and learned how to prune that a bit. I hope I got it right. I think I did. A lot of this is really a learning process for us, and it's a fun learning process. Of course, we've made some mistakes too, but that's part of the process. There's our pomegranate. It's getting big enough. We should have fruit on it soon. That variety of the pomegranate is the one with the soft seeds. We have another pomegranate I'll show you in a little while, and it's been producing fruit for years. But the fruit on that one is a hard seed. Still tastes great. It's just hard seeds and a little more awkward to eat. Here's our blackberry jamberries. They're doing really well. The flowers are fragrant and beautiful, and then when the fruit comes out, looks like that, and As I've said before, the inside is same color and basic flavor as blackberry jam from the jar. This looks a little raggedy right now, but our Anonis, the same family as Otis, has been producing fruit pretty constantly. And when these fruits turn kind of pink, they get soft and have a very pleasant flavor and texture inside. This is our Camonsil. Camonsil is Ilongo. Camochile is Tagalog. In English, it's called monkey pod. And it's blooming and fruiting for the first time in 2 years. Right now, the fruit's very hard to see. It's extremely small, but when those come in probably a couple weeks, they're really nice to eat. Been a bit dry lately, so the torch ginger doesn't look especially pleasing. I learned how to make a salad with that recently. It's nice. It's a lot of work, and you eat the flower. Actually, you kind of mince up the very young flowers before they open, and mix with other herbs and vegetables that grow here on the property. This is all coming in. The aviark, the sweetest jackfruit in the world, is another one. First time ever we have flowers on it. I saw one here somewhere this morning. Oh, there they are. So you can see it's got 3 of the flowers there. Those flowers appear to be male, so hopefully we'll get some female that they can pollinate. Yeah, and our Malaysian jade, giant rambutan. Or not Malaysian jade. I forgot the name on it at the moment. This is giant rambutan. I forgot the English name. And it also appears, everything seems to be, this is the wrong time of year for things to be flowering. But because we had such a dry spell and now we're getting a break in the weather and some rain, everything's just popping up. Normally we wouldn't see this until July or May or June maybe. The giant abu is growing nicely, considering we only planted that new one to replace the one that died about, maybe 6 months ago. And you can see the blue sky vine we've planted on the walls, and it's kind of spreading around along with that, and the ivy, when it comes in, it'll really beautify this area. Getting to be more of a park feel with nice shade. Maintenance has become a bit easier. We have a crew now that's really good with groundskeeping. We have them come in once or twice a month and mow the grass and help us with pruning and trimming and all that. And they've got it down now. We don't have to explain everything to them every time, which is very helpful. And this is the chani. This is the oldest tree. One of the first ones we planted, and it is also flowering. We'll see, like the others, we'll see if it actually makes it. Still looks like a bit of a mess down there. Once we've completed the exterior of the house, we'll clean this area up. Here we got the ylang is blooming at the moment, so we have the fragrance of the ylang coming through the house at night. We removed the dragon fruit from this trellis and we planted this vine on it instead. The dragon fruit, no matter what we did, it was just a struggle. So we decided to relocate those and have planted these. And if this goes well, this whole trellis will be covered in this vine with these yellow flowers. Black sapote still has not borne fruit. Maybe this year, we'll see. It's certainly big enough. We're constantly harvesting these apple guava from this tree, and they're great to eat. And because we have limestone, the fruit is sweeter than what you're going to find elsewhere. If you can find them at market, which are not too uncommon, they're usually kind of flavorless, and ours are not. They're very nice. Our finger lime is a constant battle with a fungus. It's not designed for this climate, but it's still alive, and as you can see, it's flowering right now. It has these little tiny kind of purple and white flowers, and then we get the caviar lime, and got some here now coming in. And so we regularly have caviar lime on this now, but it's a bit of a battle. This side yard is really filled in. Remember, this is absolutely barren. If you go back through the old videos, and the Lanzone trees, I wouldn't be. Everything else seems to be flowering out of season. I won't be surprised if it does soon, or if it is now. I just haven't noticed. We've got 2 Duco and 2 Long Kong varieties. New Guinea, or the jade vine isn't flowering at the moment, I don't think. In the old videos you can see it does, and it's pretty beautiful when it does. It only does maybe twice a year. This is doing well. And there's Mocha. So not much to see out on the other side over here at the moment. So we harvested all the bananas earlier this month, and there are new ones coming up behind it. And if you go on back there, we got Simpedoc CH1, the champion, and it's growing well. We got a Magnolia jackfruit, also doing well, might fruit this year. Just harvested the ice cream bananas and the 1,000-finger bananas. These kind of playing around with some herb garden here. Had limited success. It's kind of dry up here and the exposure's not quite right, so we're trying to get figured out what grows best in that area. And I really love the smell of the Ylang Ylang, but this one, I actually prefer the smell of it best. And this also, like all the aromatics in the Philippines, it only really comes out at night. Trees are coming up in this area, and it's becoming more shaded and comfortable. About a year or so ago, we bought this other adjacent property down here, which I've never given a tour of. And we removed that's noisy. We removed the trees that weren't fruit trees and were kind of invasive, and we planted other ones that are starting to come in now. So this is a variegated African Talisai. Those will get pretty large, and when they grow, Talisai trees, when they grow in levels like that. There's no pruning involved. That's just naturally how they do layers. And that tree will actually get quite big over the years. And with this property, we got all kinds of calamansi. So we have a never-ending supply of limes now, which is really handy to have around. And this property is especially good with little red peppers. The birds propagate the seeds pretty well, and we have far more peppers than we can ever use. And this variety of banana that we planted here is Sub-A, which is a very common one you can find anywhere, but that's what Lisa wanted to plant it here, and it's in the plantain family. Here we've got a pomegranate tree, and this one produces fruit regularly. I just harvested some the other day. And here's another one coming in now. And a couple of years ago, some friends went to, I can't remember if it was Thailand or Vietnam, brought seeds back and planted them and had seedlings. And so this is one, it's a longan. And then another one down here is lychee. Yeah, we got, of course, some vines with vegetables and gourds going, and some tomatoes, and a variety of jalapeno that actually grows in the Philippines. And here we planted, we were up with a friend named Dave a couple of years ago, way up in the mountains on the other side of the valley, and these kids brought this marang fruit, and we tried it and really liked it. We saved the seeds, and this is a seed from that variety of marang that we really enjoyed. We don't know the specific variety name, unfortunately. And this is a babana tree, soursop it's also known as. Very sweet variety. We've got some red bamboo down there. Here you've got a mimosa flowering tree. And this rosal here, or hibiscus flower, this is the variety they use lots of places to include. Like if you go to a Mexican restaurant in the United States and they have two big things of juice up on the counter, one's white and one's red, and the white one is horchata, and that drink is made with rice, and the red drink is, they call it Jamaica juice, but it's actually made with the flower, the dried flower of the hibiscus. So we're harvesting that now, and it's crazy how much we get off of that. This is a jackfruit that came with the property. It's not a really flavorful jackfruit. So once the other trees come in, we'll probably end up cutting this tree down. It's not good as a fruit when it's sweet, and it's only good as a vegetable, and we have other varieties we really want more. So here at the moment, it's just here for the shade. You see we got these little pepper plants all over the place. This is a Philippine gardenia. Doesn't look like it's flowering at the moment, but it's another aromatic that's fun to have around. So that's the quick tour. Hopefully those fruits all make it out and we can harvest them, and I'll do another update, well, when it seems appropriate.